small city of Renton, an old brick building with a newly attached common, became the home of the 2008 class of Lindbergh High School. Together, this brave and audacious class slayed the wassail, conquered their culminating project, and watched the world around them spiral and twist in the unknown waters. Full of all styles and sorts, this group of young people pushed onward until finally it was their turn to graduate. Today is that day. Whoever tells you the high school's main purpose is to learn facts clearly doesn't have a clue. 80% of the learning you do in high school doesn't even take place in the classroom. Late-night essays taught us advanced procrastination. A 2-year delay in the building of our commons taught us patience. A slowly diminishing budget taught us frugality, and hopeless infatuations, properly dubbed crushes, taught us that sometimes love hurts. Crowded hallways taught us maneuvering skills to die for. And unscheduled fire drills made us acutely aware of typical Washington weather. Lindbergh made us realize something far too many students never figure out, something far too many students commonly misconceive. Lindbergh taught us with startling clarity that there is a serious difference between school and education. High school's job is to prepare us in the best way possible for life after the 12th grade. And so, what do they arm us with in classrooms? Old Russian literature, derivatives, and the day before Charles I got his head chopped off. High school crams our heads and crunches our brains with facts upon facts about our world, our universe, and just the way things tick. Unfortunately, we can't just bippity-boppity-boo our way through life with an excess of factual information. There comes a point in time where just knowing the answers isn't enough. High school has given us the knowledge, the facts, the 411, but have they taught us how to think? And without that ability to think, how can we possibly have the potential to live? The power to think for oneself, the power to speak your mind and thoughts, that is the most valuable thing in the world. Holding on to our ability to form our own opinions on things and feel passionately about this or that, that is the most treasured thing we will ever possess. When we can think for ourselves and dare to defy stereotypical shenanigans forced upon us by society, we can really and truly claim to be educated. It's hard to reach that point because, in all honesty, Lindbergh's not the end of education at all. It's just the end of high school. Getting an education and thinking for ourselves should never stop. Ideas constantly change and warp. They twist and turn this way and that until another raw idea crosses our path and begins the process all over again. Begins our education all over again. High school prepared us for a portion of our lives, but the rest is up to us, and it starts with a choice to think. Now, there will always be people out there to tell you that this is wrong. There will always be people out there to tell you to keep your head down, learn yourself well, and go through life with straight A's, hard work, and a smile. There will always be people out there to tell you to grow up, to quit dreaming, and to get back to reality, to stop tilting at windmills. These people try to uniform and tailor your thoughts to fit the norm. These people try to create carbon copy clones fit for one purpose, to function quietly, efficiently, and with as little hullabaloo as possible. They want you to exist, just exist, and it's because they're afraid. The real world offers no distant kingdoms or Prince Charmings. There are no magic wands, no fairy godmothers, and no, you don't get 3 wishes. The world out there waiting for us is terrifying, it's vast, and it's completely unknown, but it's ours. Thinking opens countless doors in this world, but some people are so afraid of what they'll find that they give up the power to think for themselves and they succumb to society. They get swept away in the rush of it all. Thinking scares them, and so they disappear. Thinking is potentially the most terrifying thing life has to offer. It's totally unmapped, unknown, and unpredictable. It's so much easier to just never know what's around that river bend. It's so much easier to just exist. But you know what? Existing isn't enough. We want to live. It's only in our ability to dare to explore thoughts, dream impossible dreams, or reach for that unreachable star that life becomes worth living. Life totally isn't a fairy tale. It's unbridled, complete chaos. But you know what? So what if we don't have a fairy tale? It's time to write our own. That's what high school is all about. Learning to write our own fairy tales and finding our own happily ever after.